Hello, writers. Mrs. Damazzi here with another top-notch teaching lesson on personal narratives. Before we get started, remember that if you like these videos to subscribe and hit the thumbs up so you know every time that I upload a new video. Yesterday, when you were working on your personal narrative, you were thinking about the small moments that happen in those zoomed in memories. Today, you're going to pick one of those small moments and you're going to draft, and you're going to make that small moment as big as you can. You're going to think about all of the details, all of the little things that happen, things that people said, all the things that you were thinking in that moment, and you're going to add that into your writing. But before we get started drafting, we have to do a little bit more work before you do that. Remember that you are in the drafting stage, which means that you're not worried about perfect handwriting or perfect punctuation or perfect spelling. You're just writing fast and furiously and trying to get all of your writing down on paper. Yesterday, you brainstormed small moment memories, and today you're going to tell your story into 3 different scenes. So you're going to think about what happened first, second, and third. That's why, remember, you've got your watermelon seed. It's your small moment. And sometimes you have to go a little bit before that small moment just so that you can help your reader know exactly what it is that you're explaining to them and telling them about. But you're going to figure out 3 scenes that revolve around that small watermelon seed to help you tell that. Yesterday, I wrote 4 small moment scenes, and we talked about this yesterday. Today, I am choosing this story, and this is the one that I'm going to make really big and I'm going to draft. So this was when my mom and I were chased by flies because we were hiking in Palo Duro Canyon. We set up our picnic, and then the flies were swarming us, and we ran to the car. It's not my whole entire time going to Palo Duro Canyon. I could not possibly write that whole entire story. That would take forever. So I'm picking a small moment. With these 3 small things that happen in this small moment, I made them bigger to help me when I'm writing know where it is that I want to go. So hiking in Palo Duro Canyon, that was the number 1 thing I had on that sticky note. See, hiking in Palo Duro Canyon. And so I said, I want to talk about how we were hiking on trails. I want to talk about the red dirt and white veins of gypsum in Palo Duro Canyon. And I want to make sure my reader knows it's really hot. And then in my second scene, I'm going to talk about our picnic and how we set it up. So we'll have cheese, crackers, salami, apples, and snap peas. How we sat on the picnic bench in the shade, and then how we used a knife to start cutting some of the apples. And then in my third scene, I'm going to talk about how the flies came and we were swatting at them, and then we realized they were biting flies, and then we had to run to the car. After you have figured out where you want your 3 scenes to go and how you kind of want to add in the information, you're only going to draft 1 scene today. So I'm only looking at this sticky note. This is the only one I'm drafting today, about how we were hiking in Palo Duro Canyon. And I'm going to talk about the trails, or maybe 1 trail. I want to talk about what it looks like there, so the red dirt and the white veins of gypsum. And I want to make sure that my reader knows it's really hot. Here is what I drafted today. "Look over here," my mom whispered. She was pointing at 2 lizards sunbathing on a rock. One of them was molting. "Wow," I whispered back as I slowly got my camera out to snap a picture. We were hiking in Palo Duro Canyon, one of my favorite trails, the Sunflower Trail. I love Palo Duro Canyon because the red dirt and white gypsum veins are beautiful. Hiking with my mom is also the best, even when it is so hot. We were dressed for the heat and relentless sun because we wanted to do as much hiking as possible. Okay, I'm going to go back to my sticky note and make sure that I wrote all the things that I said I wanted to add into this scene. I said that we were hiking Palo Duro Canyon. I said we were hiking on trails. I even gave a specific trail that we were hiking on. I talked about the red dirt and white veins. That really helps my reader to visualize and play that movie in their head. And I talked about how it was really hot and how the sun was really relentless. It wouldn't stop pounding down on our skin. Today, you are going to remember that personal narrative writers know that when they begin drafting, they tell their story in scenes and not in a summary. Notice how I didn't say, we were hiking in Palo Duro Canyon, we were hiking on some trails, We were walking along. It was really hot. I'm planning out a scene. I'm planning out what I heard, what I saw, what I felt, what was happening. List your 3 scenes on 3 different sticky notes the same way I did. On those 3 sticky notes, write 3 important parts of that scene in order. So you're thinking about the 3 things you want to incorporate into that scene. Then you're going to use that first sticky note and you're going to draft your first scene. What you need today is your writer's notebook and you need sticky notes or scrap paper. Okay, writers, have fun thinking about those 3 scenes that you want to write to make that watermelon seed seem really big and long. Have fun drafting. Remember, fast and furious writing. Bye.